YouTube! What the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here. So, I was given a replay that says highlights the Slann lords that rarely get used by the lizardmen. So, I was curious. I got several replays. This one is an army being led by Lore Master of Sotek was his name. That's a cool name. Saurus warriors. Let's kind of check out the whole army. So we got skink cohorts up front. 2 Temple Guard and a Saurus, just 1 Saurus warrior on the other flank. Scar Veteran, Carnosaur, Bestowed Revivification Crystal, Skink Chief in the air, and a Slann Mage Priest, Lore of Light. Good pick against the Undead, I believe. While casting, I think that you can drop the leadership of the Undead. Ooh, shouldn't have been used on Skinks, but it was pretty cool looking. Maybe he was trying to use it at Kroq-Gar. I think he tried to use it on the Skink cohort. Definitely should have targeted the Temple Guards because they'll be more problematic. That's interesting. So many Crypt Horrors coming against the Lizardmen. I'm not really sure. There's so much anti-large available to Lizardmen. Oh, look at this. No counter charge. Lizardmen gets downhill charges with the Skinks. Now, of course, the Skinks are going to get absolutely wrecked. There's a Mortis Engine and Crypt Horrors here. Some skirmishing already being done by the Skink Chief. Not really sure what the Terrorgeist and Red Duke are up to. Just some skeleton spears in the back for the Vampire player, and they're moving around the flank with a Black Knight, not a Blood Knight. These Kroq-Gars are anti-infantry. Oh. Bye-bye Wraiths. Oh, no, it didn't actually hit the Wraiths, but it still did a lot of damage here. That was the Sternsman. Dang. That did a lot of damage to a very expensive unit, too. So the Sternsmen are going to get freaking wrecked. The Slann there dropped a big old vortex spell right on top of him, and it's going to be a marvelously done job there. Mortis Engine's coming over, try and suck the life out of some of these units. Here comes the Bestowed with Revivification Crystal. And then over here, some Saurus warriors in trouble. There's a Temple Guard. Ah, it's going to get blocked by zombies. Nice play by the Vampire. And then back here, the Temple Guard being used to fend off a Terrorgeist. And then, yeah, the skirmishing here, constantly going after the Red Duke. That's a good call. Got some regrouped units. Black Knights ended up trying to do a rear charge here into the Skinks, and obviously going to work. Which leaves the Kroq-Gars, but he's got the help of a Scar Veteran over here. That Mortis Engine may want to start running. Kroq-Gar's getting a little bit worn out here. The Cairn Wraiths coming back over into combat. That constant skirmishing from the Skink Chief is taking its toll. Slann has a decent number of hit points, but he doesn't want to be around the Red Duke for very long. That was a good breath attack, just not the right target. There's a Temple Guard right there. So he continues to pick low-value targets there. The Chameleon Skinks tying up the Black Knight for a while. That's actually probably pretty worthwhile. Mortis Engine can't get away, I don't believe. Yeah, it doesn't have the speed. Kroq-Gars are now going crazy. Ooh, another banishment. When you have large units and you don't have to worry about your infantry, you can drop these vortex spells even right on top of your large units because it'll do more damage to the enemy than it will you. Look at that, 107 kills here. Nice job dropping in the buff spell too. Shield of the old mages, magic resistance, leadership. Mostly the leadership that'll help there, but yeah, that Slann is in trouble. So he's going to use the Skink Chief to try and block for now, so nicely done. Again, Slann here, no Stegodon or anything else like that. It's pretty cool to see that kind of thing. There's still monsters in this army, but I like the magic focus here. Look at this, the Slann's going to go for the kill on the Mortis Engine. Except the Carnosaur is going to get here first. There's not a lot of meat for the Carnosaur to eat here when he finishes off this thing. Nice. Trying to finish off the Red Duke with a Burning Gaze of Shem. Ooh. Mortis Engine down, folks. Mortis Engine down. Terrorgeist dropped into combat. There's a Carnosaur to support here, and there's Temple Guards. Yeah, this Terrorgeist is not where he wants to be in life. The Cairn Wraiths, however, following behind. There's terror on the Terrorgeist, terror on the Cairn Wraiths, but with the Lord nearby, I don't think it's going to take hold. Oh my goodness. The Wraiths just evaporated. Oh, because the leadership. Another banishment up. 160 kills. 160 kills. All that's left is summon zombies and summoned skeleton warriors because the Red Duke was downed over here. Probably the Skink Chief helped play a role in that. Finalize it. Last few zombies gonna get shredded. That's it. That was pretty cool. Have to admit, that was pretty neat seeing the Lore of Light Slann doing his thing instead of just a typical Kroq-Gar dino roll here. Were there dinos? Sure. I mean, you gotta have dinos in a lizardman army. There's no other way to go. But yeah, I like that. That was cool. It was a little bit risky, but the Lore of Light is really a solid pick against vampires. When you're casting, if you have the exorcism trait, it'll take leadership away from the vampires, so it's definitely good to have in that regard. Because vampire leadership's pretty low as it is. If you get it even lower, they'll crumble faster. I like the pick of temple guards against vampires since they don't have artillery or anything. Could they use Fate of Buna or something? Sure, but I think the temple guard are a solid pick in this case. Definitely a solid pick. Kroq-Gar is another nice pick. You saw how well they did up against that Sternsman, especially combining it with the... I mean, that was some very worthwhile kills there. What this Slann Mage Priest did to the Sternsman, along with the Kroq-Gar follow-up, that was really brilliant. I liked it. So nice job to Lore Master of Sotek. Good game to Thalassocrat, or whatever it is. So fun game, guys. Appreciate it. I got another one that someone sent in to me. It was Great Bows. Yeah, this one right here. So this one's going to be a 2v2, but someone told me they used Great Bow build. Yeah, look at that. 4 Great Bows, including the Legion of Legend. Khalida as well. Dude, Khalida is going to be a monster in the campaign because she can get regeneration and like all these other traits. Poison, like, I mean, she just gets a bunch of crazy traits. She can be pretty good in the campaign. I don't know how she fares in multiplayer. We'll take a look. So it's going to be Dark Elves, Tomb Kings, Lizardmen, and Dawi. Let's check it out. So the Dark Elf army here, a couple Dread Spears, Black Arc Corsairs, one with hand bows, a few with hand bows, mixed in back here with 1 Dark Shard, a Harganeth Executioner, and a Blackguard in the back, Morathi, and Witch Elves. Let's see over here. Tomb Guard with Halberds, interesting front line. There's 5 of them. Wow. That is quite the effort. And then these Ushabti with Great Bow are going to be pretty quick. And they're going to act like artillery units. And look, he's just mixing Khalida and a Necrotect in here because the Necrotect can buff. Let's check out what that Necrotect has. I was thinking I could click on a unit to pin it. Yeah, there we go. Replenishes hit points, so it has that heal. Missile resistance and armor, and then melee... Yeah, armor piercing that side. He doesn't do anything to buff the missile attacks, but running the Necrotech with the constructs is not a bad idea. So we got over here. We got some skink skirmishers hidden in the woods. Front line of skink cohorts, it looks like. More skinks. There are so many skinks. Sara Spear, and it's because they've got this Bestowed Solar Engine, Revivification Crystal, Mazda Mundi, and 2 Feral Bestowed. So cheap infantry. Plenty of dinos, Fire Leech Bolas. The Dawi have some Thunderers. I saw a bunch of Longbeards with great weapons. Grombrindle, the White Dwarf. Hammerers. And then in the back we got a Grudge Thrower, 2 Grudge Throwers, guarded by a Slayer. Grudge Throwers shouldn't do a ton to Ushabti with Great Bow, and if they get in range, they can really start wrecking up Hammerers and other units. The dwarves are going to be outranged. The skeleton warriors being used to meet shield. That's definitely a good idea. Yeah, these Black Arc Corsairs have gotten wrecked. See what kind of spells Morathi has on her. I thought it pinned these things when I did that. Soul Blight. We got Doom and Darkness, Soul Blight, Mystifying Miasma, Pit of Shades. A lot of spells. She brought a lot of spells. Let's see with the Great Bows. The Great Bows kind of moving up, like I said, from the flank. They're going to be targeting a Hammerer at first. That's a lot of Tomb Guard with Halberd. These guys have very good defensive stats. A little bit of armor piercing in their damage. They just don't do high damage. They're a very defensive unit. The Dwarves, on the other hand, too, aren't huge on offense. So that should be a fight that lasts a long time, which will favor the Tomb Kings because they can use all this armor-piercing ammunition and then follow up with armor-piercing melee attacks. And Khalida does actually, I believe she can buff missile damage. Yeah, right there it is. Blessing of Asaf. So all the more reason for her to roll in the middle of that. So the Tomb Guard's going to begin its engagement here. I don't know what happened over here. The Tomb Guard didn't get that kill. Something else did. So the dinos trying to wreck their way through the through the Dark Elves. Dark Elves have some missiles back here, but a lot of them are not armor piercing, but it will do a lot of damage in the end. Mazdamundi and his revivification crystal here. I'm surprised the Bastillodon's not firing at Morathi. She seems like the obvious target. These Harganeth Executioners will do very well in that fight unless they get dino crushed. Look at these great bows just firing away. Some of them are getting a lot of kills here. Let's see what they're targeting. Looks like they destroyed a hammerer unit. Wonder if they'll target down these Thunderers. It seems like a good target. And then, oh, the Skulder Guard is here too. Yeah, those Ushabti better watch out. The Skulder Guard, it's gotten a decent number of kills actually. Don't see that happen very often. There's some Fire Leech bolas raining down on these Tomb Guards with halberds. And over here, the Black Guard of Nagaron going to get a good engagement here against Mazdamundi. Some of the dinos are rampaging. If they mix Witch Elves with the Black Guard, that is a great combination because the Witch Elves will basically make the unit go crazy, and then the Black Guard can finish them off. This Fire Leech Bola is getting some work done. Let's check out the Ushabti with great bows. So they're all still just hanging back behind the lines. Let's check the kills. 33, 35. Let's see back here. 26, 35. A decent number of kills. The Tomb Guard, though, is falling apart under the dwarf attack, but they are holding. They're kind of doing their job here, I think. Yeah, there's some shots coming in right here at the Longbeards with great weapons. So the Tomb King player is kind of just vying for time here so he can continue to do damage. And the Elves look like they're going to wrap this one up. The Dinos are going to get overwhelmed now, and where'd that Black Guard get off to? If there's Black Guard still alright, yeah, it's right here. Then the Lizardmen the Lizardmen are in trouble with that Black Guard. Like, what were these skink skirmishers doing in the woods the whole time? They could have been out here harassing all these skirmishers. Man, what a miss on the part of the Lizardmen. There's a couple of units too that need to get back over here into these skirmishers. Let's see, so Tomb Guards just kind of, yeah, look, they're working the Thunderers right now. Blobs of infantry and really big targets, I mean, they do not like being around these Ushabti with great bow. They have very long range, and they do very high armor-piercing damage, and they have a lot of ammo. So they can do tremendous damage if they're given the time to do it, and that's exactly what the Tomb Guard did here. It just gave them the opportunity. If I were this player here, I'd send the Necrotect and Khalida into this fight, and just let the Ushabti keep firing. Yeah, here's the summoned Ushabti. It's going to get the Skulder Guard. Nice choice. Get these guys out of the fight. They got 69 kills. It's actually kind of surprising, but now they are dead meat. Yeah, easily routing the Longbeards. Grombrindle's over here. He's going to be one tough character. Grombrindle is no joke. I would think that he would want to use Khalida a little bit here. Where did Khalida get off to? Oh, here she is. Yeah, I would think that the Necro Serpent with its poison, combine it with the Necrotect, I mean, anti-infantry bonus. I don't know if they could beat a Runesmith and Grombrindle, but they could certainly do some damage to him on the charge, I think. Because that counts as cavalry here. She could charge. Oh, no, they're going to shoot Grombrindle too. That's probably not a bad plan either. The remnants of the Lizardmen came back and actually have caused quite a bit of trouble for the Dark Elves. They're kind of scattered all over the place at this point. Grombrindle's going to get skirmished to death in this fight, though. And a few of the Ushabti came over here to finish off one of these Longbeards. Yeah, Grombrindle's not in a happy place right now. He can't catch the Ushabti. This is every dwarf's nightmare right here, chasing mobile skirmish units that have a lot of ammo left. Yeah, it looks like Khalida's just going to ignore Grombrindle. And this Ushabti with great bow is going to get over here to the Grudge Thrower. The Grudge Thrower is just about out of ammo anyway. But yeah, look at this. The Lizardmen resurgent. Some Hammerers came back from routing. Dark Shards are going to get chewed up here. So I thought the Dark Elves had a pretty clean victory going, but the Lizardmen regrouped. Let's see, so Grombrindle is going to continue to be skirmished down. He's not a very big target, though. I would almost think these dinosaurs would probably be the more appropriate target at this point because Grombrindle's slow, and you could charge him to death with Khalida, And the Necrotech, I would think that that would be their primary concern right now, would be using the Ushabti to kill the remaining dinosaurs over here. Especially this Revivification Crystal, or the Solar Engine. Still got ammo. Let's see what happens here. Kind of fast forward for a second, let this play towards the next phase. Khalidah's gonna get away from some of that infantry. There's still a Tomb Guard fighting there. Again, these guys are very tanky defensive units. Actually gotten a decent number of kills. The Ushabti with Great Bow, most of them still alive, still a decent amount of ammo. Yeah, they're firing at a very low value target here. Again, the dinosaurs are the target of interest. And yep, the Slann. So Mazdamundi's taking fire now. So now I think we're on a good target here. Very long range. Like I said, lots of armor piercing, but Mazdamundi doesn't even have much armor, so he's really gonna eat it here. Doesn't have a shield either. Yeah, he's taking a ton of damage. So Khalidah and some Chosen of the Gods Ushabti there, fighting it out with the remaining Lizardmen. With Mazdamundi going down, the Lizardmen are going to start falling apart. Their leadership's gonna break. Then it should just be a simple matter of taking out Grombrindle. But that Solar Engine should be the target of interest for the Ushabti, because if that Solar Engine was being used smart here, it could have been picking off Ushabti for a long time. I don't think Grombrindle's your target of choice here. Yep, see that? If it takes out units, you're going to lose ammo, because any unit that dies takes its ammo with it. So that Solar Engine really needs to be the target here. Let's see if he figures that out and changes. Some Black Art Corsairs still left here for the Dark Elves. Yeah, look at that. Another good hit. There he goes. He's got it. These guys should melt that Solar Engine pretty quickly, and then these Dark Shards came back as well. So the Solar Engine gets caught out in a bad place, and it's going to rout. See, it didn't take much. It's a big target, big hit box. So the Great Bows are going to do really well. And then this Feral Bastillodon is going to get shot down by the Dark Shards, though they are on their last volley here, but it's going to be enough. Look at that, though. Grombrindle's still so tough that the balance of power hasn't shifted. I mean, you wouldn't want to fight this lunatic of a dwarf either. I mean, have you seen the look on his face? The guy is crazy. Probably doesn't smell too good either. Who knows what's in that beard? Those Ushabti raining death down on him, though. Some regrouped Lizardmen, but the rain of fire from the Ushabti is just brutal. Keep in mind, they all have armor-piercing weapon damage, too, whenever they go into melee. So that is going to be a very tough fight for Grombrindle. There's a few Tomb Guard there, but I think they crumbled. Yeah. The Ushabti have used up most all of their ammo here. Dark Shards are out of ammo. Khalidah has poison. Necrotect should be a useful support unit here too. The Ushabti going to take out these skink skirmishers that are chasing a routing Black Art Corsair. So that Javelin cohort's going to go down. Let's get some close-ups at some of these units. Man, those are some cool units. Yeah, they're targeting Grombrindle. I guess that's okay. Not a whole lot else to target right now, and he's taking a lot of damage because he's standing still. Grombrindle would have been better off to come stand in the woods just over there. Let's see what happens here in the fight finish. Should go to the Tomb Kings here to finish off. Let's see what we get. Let's watch Khalidah on her Necro Serpent. Does look freaking awesome, slithering in like that. Used her explosive ability there. Khalidah does look awesome on that Necro Serpent, absolutely awesome. Right, here comes the Ushabti. Those are such cool looking units. Yeah, here comes Khalidah again. There's the Necrotech running in down here too. You can see him coming into support. That's a really cool looking unit also. There he is. Dude, Tomb Kings just look awesome. Every freaking faction in this game looks awesome. Creative Assembly has really done a tremendous job with Warhammer. It's got to really be neat for people who played tabletop to see like their tabletop game come to life. I mean, were any of you tabletop players? Do you like this? Is it good? Does it make the game come to life for you, or was tabletop just better in your opinion? I know people say the balance was different on tabletop. In any case, hope y'all enjoyed this one. So nicely played there. So Shadow of a Doubt with Tomb Kings, cool build, man. I like it. A lot of defensive holding, and then you let these guys do their damage over time. Dark Elf player, fun watching you play there too. It was a close one, man. It got turned around on you by Gamer Wolfie here, who did a good job coming back and never giving up hope with the Lizardman, even though in the end he didn't quite make it. And then Demon65. Grombrindle did some crazy killing. Wasn't enough. That crazed white dwarf, you can tell he's not happy. That's going in the Book of Grudges. Hope y'all enjoyed the battles tonight. HeirofCarthage signing out for now. I will see you soon. If you enjoyed it, man, subscribe. There'll be more. Subscribe, you'll be the first one there. You get to make that first comment or whatever else makes you happy. Part of the notification squad or whatever it is. Anyway, if you subscribe if you want to see more. Thanks to MSI for sponsoring the channel. Appreciate you all being here. I will see you soon.